The Chicago Bears starters don't play a series. They don't play 2 series or 3. In fact, they played the entire half against the Kansas City Chiefs in their final preseason game. Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking. It's Metafel here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below and make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so a lot to get to, and we shall start with the offense, because that is what everybody is mainly concerned with. I will get to the other aspects of the game, but we'll start with the offense, and let's start with the quarterback, man. Caleb Williams finished 11 for 15 for 113 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Okay? I believe he had a 116 pass rating. 2 carries for 18 yards as well, by the way. So, much rockier performance than last week, which was smooth sailing, right? And in this one, which I'll get to as far as Caleb's performance, there was some stuff that you definitely wanted to take back. But there was still a lot of good here from Caleb. All right? Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And this is how much I'm worried about the Bears offense. 0. The Bears defense, it's another question. All right? And then here's the thing. When I do say offense, I should specify I have 0 worries about Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. The offensive line, though, did not live up to sort of the performance that they had last week. And again, that was against backups. You had the starters this week, so it's like, yeah, Caleb, sometimes it was his own fault, but sometimes it was the offensive line, did not do as great of a job at protecting him as they did last week. All right, let's start with the first drive, okay? First drive starts with a botched handoff to Olamide Zaccheaus. And yes, I'm going to say his name right from now on. Thank you for correcting me, guys. A botched handoff that I think would have been a great play and a great gain to Olamide Zaccheaus. And Caleb thankfully jumps on it. It happens, right? But obviously, thankfully it happened in the preseason. Then you had a false start on Colson Loveland, rookie tight end. Again, also happens. Thank God it's preseason. Then you had Caleb get pressured, try to find something, threw the ball away. And then it's 3rd and 19, and you find DJ Moore for a nice game, but it's behind the sticks. So here's the thing. Obviously, that was not great. But you need to get some adversity in your play so that you can learn and continue to improve. Because if it was still smooth sailing all preseason long, I'm not saying I wouldn't have been really happy. But I just know that it's going to come during the regular season, the rockiness. So I'm like, okay, you know what? A little bit of adversity here in the preseason. I'm all for it. A botched handoff, a false start, so be it. All right? Obviously, you don't want to be in that position, but it is what it is. I'm not panicking. So that was how the first drive ended. All right? Second drive, we had a DeAndre Swift run for 3 yards, and Caleb had a check down to Swift, and Swift ran multiple times. And then here is where I thought this was the worst play by Caleb Williams in the game for him while he was in the first half. 2nd and 3, all right? And Caleb gets sacked to make it a 3rd and 8. You cannot do that, Caleb, in the regular season. I'm sorry. You can't do it in the preseason either, but preseason doesn't matter as much. In the regular season, you cannot do this, all right? You cannot turn a 2nd and 3 to a 3rd and 8 by getting sacked. Just throw the football away. Find a way to just get rid of it, check down, whatever the case may be. And on that play, when they showed the replay, it looked like all the Bears receivers were covered. I mean, it was sticky defense by Kansas City. Credit to them. But you cannot have that negative play. It's fine if it's 3rd and 3, right? It's fine if you get 0 yardage on that play, but you can't lose 5 yards. So when that play went from 2nd and 3 to 3rd and 8, I was like, okay, that's not good. That is the old Caleb that's popping up that still needs to fully get flushed out, which is holding on to the football too long. Cannot do that. Then you had a pass to Colson Loveland, but it wasn't enough. You end up punting. So that absolutely cannot happen. I'm going to be fully critical of Caleb Williams when I need to. That was not acceptable by Caleb Williams. He cannot hold on to the football that long. And if he continues to do that, Ben Johnson will get it out of him. Oh, he's going to get an earful from Ben Johnson. Right? That is the worst of Caleb Williams. That in that play where he's holding on to the football too long, looking, and then it's like, I'm trying to make something out of nothing. Boom, I'm getting sacked. I'm on the floor. No, sorry. Don't try to be Superman. Live to fight another down. Don't get a negative play. All right, that's the second drive. That's how that ended. Third drive. The play calling here was really solid, man. I mean, it is so refreshing to have a head coach where I'm like, I know I'm not going to see dumb play calling. Once in a while, obviously, every head coach that's an offensive coach is going to have a questionable play call here and there. But for the most part, like game plan-wise, I know I will never see bad play calling from Ben Johnson. Or at least I hope so. But I'm confident I won't. Play calling was really solid, and it was a lot of DeAndre Swift runs and a lot of checkdowns from Caleb Williams. A lot of dink and dunk, and that's totally okay. Dink and dunk, I don't care how you get it done, whether it's, one huge catch or a death by 1,000 paper cuts, right? Like 5-yard plays at a time, as long as you get the job done. So the Bears were able to march down the field, but they only got a field goal out of it because at the very end, when Caleb Williams was trying to punch it into the end zone, he did throw it to a double-covered Rome Odunze. Now, you could say Rome could have, fought a little bit more with the DBs there. But, man, that was a double-covered play. They had sticky coverage on Rome. He kind of had to, play a little DB there. So I didn't like that decision from Caleb. I think he should have just checked it down like the drive was continuing there. I could see Caleb wanted to not take the check down. I think Swift was open in the flat. And so he just went to Rome, and, Rome wasn't able to come down with it. And so I put that blame more on Caleb than Rome. Just take the check down there, maybe live to fight another down, like I said. But he wanted the TD. We end up getting points. Okay, so be it. And then finally, here we go. I thought the starters were done at that point, but Ben Johnson said, no, we're not going into the regular season like that. So final drive, 2-minute drill, 2:17 on the clock to go 78 yards. And that's exactly what the Bears offense does. Just big chunk plays that you finally saw that you weren't seeing this entire time, which was a 25-yard catch to Olamide Zaccheaus. Then you had Rome with a 37-yard catch and run. Then you had Rome for a touchdown. I will say, Rome Odunze, you needed to come down with that 50-50 ball that Caleb threw down the right sideline, in which he got completely popped, by the way. Rome is a contested catch receiver. More often than not, he needs to catch that. And he literally had it in his chest area, and it slipped out. Sorry, I expect more from a number 1A receiver in Rome Odunze. He's got to come down with that. Now, thankfully, he redeemed himself with that 37-yard catch and then the 3-yard touchdown. By the way, the Olamide Zaccheaus catch, that was a rope from Caleb, man. Complete dart. Like, the arm talent is ridiculous when he just needs to drive the ball. So that was awesome to see. Now, I know what people will say, oh, it was against backups. Look, it is what it is. I'm taking the progress here. The Bears are not going to be a perfect team. Certainly not going to be early on in the season. It's going to take some time, but that was progress. Okay, that was progress. And so overall, to me, with the offense, a lot of adversity early on. Caleb did bounce back, but he has moments where the bad habits pop up, right? Holding on to the football too long, maybe forcing the situation. But for the most part, I feel like it's like an 80-20 or a 90-10 situation, because most of the time he is on target, he is running the offense, he's delivering the football, and he's doing what Ben Johnson asking him to do. And so to me, I thought the offense, as far as Caleb, looked pretty decent as the game went on in the first half. But obviously the problem was twofold, in which Caleb was holding on to football too long, and the offensive line wasn't great. I think the offensive line has gone, to me, from below average to average. And I thought it would be above average. So I didn't like that. Real quickly on the defense, man, I mean, this is the Chiefs, right? Arguably the best team in football here. I know we didn't have a lot of players, no Kyler Gordon, no Jalen Johnson, no Jermaine Edmonds, but this pass rush is just so weak, man. We're not going to be a serious contender until we address this pass rush. Now, look, to me, first, we got to get an elite offense. So, that's more of my concern, getting that right, because I want to know that we have a franchise quarterback, and obviously I believe in Ben Johnson. But if we're just talking strictly defense, this pass rush is not good enough right now. Dio Degbo is okay. He's not the answer, and Yeah, I know we didn't have Grady Jarrett today, but like he's not fixing everything. So like this pass rush could be a problem for us. And yeah, the Chiefs were able to do whatever they wanted against the Bears defense, which was surprising. I think Dennis Allen is just going to have to get more creative. Again, we were missing a lot of our key players. And like I said, Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, Tremaine Edmonds. So we'll see. But overall, not a great performance from the Bears defense. But it is Mahomes and the Chiefs. So overall, folks, some good, some bad there for the Bears, especially with their offense and defense. But overall, I'm not worried. I'm not panicking. I'm not discouraged. We got the Vikings now on tap, week 1, Monday Night Football. Bring it on, man. I can't wait. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below and your thoughts as always. Thanks for watching.